Hello. Let me add
What's up?
Flashy because he
What's up,
came in a
Todd?
little bit late.
Todd Branch,
So
everyone else, Mike the Illis. Our guest
yeah,
tonight is,
yeah.
we got the Kings late, and our guest tonight is uh, the prolific 40 Swords. I'm wearing one of his hats. I think Eric is. I don't know.
I am.
Look,
Ah,
it's good to
let me
get the
bring you
support
in. Let
out
me
here.
bring you in. I'm bringing you in right now. There you go. Now everybody can hear you.
Okay. Lucky you. Lucky you. Did you bring 40 up yet?
Yeah, he's in. I brought him up because I heard him
Okay.
talking, so he's
So
already
we
in.
got 3 of us wearing one. Well, I can't tell what hat Flashy's wearing, though.
Nah, that's the golf one, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. What's up, Gemini? Frank and Beans Barbecue, such a good supporter. I had to send him a thank you earlier today. So I asked 40 a little bit about what his thoughts on the week were, and I let him say that. But beforehand, I just want to say, like, the top end super strong and the bottom end super weak, which is kind of weird that it's that polarized for me. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Good week, bad week? Just real quick before we dive in. Yeah. Damn. That's crazy. All right.
All right. Well, I know
I
you're.
mean,
I'm sorry. I'm doing technical things, so it's up there. You guys talk, and I'm gonna do things.
Okay.
Well, Flashy,
So
all your fault.
what's up? What's up, Sierra?
My
Yeah.
bad. So 40 Swords, what were you gonna say?
I think
how do you feel?
I honestly, like, in terms of strength or whatever word you want to use, I think the top 3 is top 3. Like, I think the top 3 are going to do well.
In any week.
In any way, like I think. I mean, I'm not from my likes or my taste or whatever. I'm just thinking of it in terms of, like, what the public is going to think, and I think they'll do well. So
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that this first one was going to do pretty well. Although the concern is the colorway, whether or not people will wear that color. But it has that vintage look, which I think it's going for it, right? So I really like this one because it's tattoo. So I don't know.
I mean, people can piss Simone about the colorway all they want, but at the end of the day, if people ain't really feeling that, they're gonna throw some of that turkey in that bottle around that UV. Everybody's gonna be nice and gravy because they ain't gonna. I'm sorry, it's either gonna be the orange or unless they want a tonal brown. I mean, that's just personally. I don't really have a problem with that orange though. I really don't. This hat is badass as is. I really wouldn't want to see anything to change about this.
Oh, this is one of your likes. Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely be
So
one of my keepers.
I think this is definitely up there with the best of the week. I personally, it'd be hard for me to wear the color because it's just not my type of color, but I like it though. So
I would have to agree with that. I can't. This isn't my typical color.
Like, yeah, I wouldn't. The only thing that I would say about it is it's very wide. It's very large. The logo itself is very, very, like, long. It's taking up a lot of space. Like, I almost want this to be condensed like a little bit this way, but then I don't want the skull to shrink. Like, I want the skull to it could even be a little bit bigger, I would think. And you just mentioned tattoo. I never thought of that. I never even thought of, like, oh, that's like what is this called? American
Traditional.
Which I hate. I'm just gonna tell you, I hate it. I hate that style, and I have no tattoos, and I've drawn tattoos for people and all this. I do not like that style of tattoo, but I did not think of that when I saw this. I just thought this was cool. Silence of the Lambsy. I don't know if the droplets are necessary, but the image is great. It's well rendered, really good.
Yeah, the droplets are definite call to American traditional for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I like it. We discussed it. Did we discuss it last week? Because we saw it in the second half of the show, right? We were like, look, we were going through
Yeah.
designs. I think we saw it. Yeah, I think it's cool. I like it. I mean, symmetrical. Symmetrical.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna hate on it. And I actually do like colorway. Orange is my favorite color. So mustardy, orange, and yellow is like that's kind of my jam. So
there
What would the
been-
legal
Wow.
issues be on this one? Because Tomber said this is the best leak if it gets past
Si-
legal. What is
Silence of the Lambs. So like the cover of the
Maybe.
movie.
maybe.
Have there been
Um,
many like orange? Like I'm trying to think of a recent orange Clink cap.
Not many. The only one that pops in my head is Field of Screams, and that was on like a camel,
Yeah, but
so it
that's-
wasn't even
This one
orange.
isn't recent. This one isn't that recent, but I mean, it's close enough to that one.
I was thinking about
Hmm.
orange. I was thinking about
Okay.
maybe a concept with orange, but I'm like, I don't think Clink has done very many orange hats.
Which makes me like it. One thing, I mean, a little secret sauce I'll let out early is if I'm doing an American traditional, I really feel like a white fluff
I just
panel
pulled
hat
out-
work.
I just pulled out the same one, Eric.
You know, if you put it on a white panel, that reads tattoo immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Boombox.
I dig the rail hats, white front panels, whatever. I've always liked them. I mean,
Yeah.
as a kid, the Orioles hat was my shit. I'm not from Baltimore,
Oh, yeah.
but it was like that's what got me interested in logos. Really, that hat.
Mhm.
So
Even Khan said he can't wear these damn colors. Damn.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I'm down with it as I showed.
Me too. Me too. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
This is one of the top. I mean, like I said, I think you have 5 that could make it through in any week, and then 5 that would have a hard time in any week. That's my opinion. Like on first blush.
This would be my number one personally. This would be my number one of my keepers.
Yeah, this is up there. What do we got? Kukulkan, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know, Flashy. I always start. So why don't you start, Flashy? What do you think about Kukulkan?
I don't like to start full. You know, I always like to come in. So you know what I mean. It's just not my style. 40. What you guys say about this one? We discussed this one previously, anyways.
We have.
I guess this is going through, right? How much percentage of the looking
Like 48 or something crazy.
So that's you gonna rubber stamp that rubber stamp. But yeah, my man Sierra, man, he knows how to make these symmetrical logos. He does very well. The headdress looks fantastic.
Yes.
It's interesting that with most of the Kongs, a lot of people don't redraw the Kong face. They just take the face the way that it is and add stuff to it.
Yeah.
And this one clearly has been redrawn. He's redrawn it.
It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. Like typically for me, if I'm doing a Kong, I've never done a Kong, but the way I like it, I like the Kong face to be what it, the original one, and then you add. He still made it look good. He still made it look good. The only thing my only critique really was so the daggers, ceremonial daggers. I'm assuming, is it made out of like volcanic?
Yeah, it's obsidian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only thing that, like, I want to say that there should, like, I want the contrast, like that white bottom. I want it to be also on the top too for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why I want to see that, but
because those are glossy.
Yeah.
Those are glossy things, and if you put it on both, it looks like it's glossy.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is, but like that's the only thing that I'm like, oh man, I wish I had that. But it's got all the, it's got all the votes that it needs. I like the colors a lot. I think it works. What do we got? Green undervisor there.
Yeah, it is.
I know there's some yellow undervisor hate in this around, up in and around here.
Mainly on Donovan's part.
Yeah. I don't know. I would probably rather see, like, color picking for me is one of the things I hate. But I would like to see, like, the handle of that dagger. I like that color. I might like to see that on the undervisor instead of the green. I don't know. But,
Oh, that would be cool, like a minty.
Yeah, I like that. But no.
This is not a Kong buyer
for me. All right.
It is.
And see, respectfully, I get why Donovan asked me this because I like the Kongs, but I mean, it started like I just secured this one finally. So like
Oh yeah.
at this point, I'm like, it's gotta be really special for me to want this Kong. And I like this one, but as much as I do, it's just something about the face. I don't know. Maybe it should have been in this in a more realistic way or stone face way, I guess you could say. But it's just the headdress is badass. But
Yeah, no,
I think it's suffering from like the color choice, like you were saying. Like it may be a brighter color for that UV could make it pop a little bit harder.
Hmm. And when you're picking the colors, we can all sit here and say, "Oh, it should be this, should be that." Casey and them are the ones that matter, because like we could all be like, "Oh no, this colorway would be great," and then when it comes out, you're like, "Oh, what happened to the colorway?" Like, "Oh, I'm not getting this," and then you change your mind. You end up getting it anyways. But yeah, so we're gonna do like
yeah. No, I think it's cool. I'll just make it quick. I think it's cool.
You're good.
I'm not a Kong person. Even though I just did one, but I like when you redraw it. But I'm also with 40. I feel like if you're going to be doing somebody's mascot, you should keep it the same and add. It's like respect to original, you know. But although it's tight. I mean, he doesn't do bad designs ever. Like he always does tight designs.
no, it's always clean. Like Sierra gonna give you
Very
something
clean.
clean. He's gonna give you something clean. There's not gonna be anything that you really have to do too much. Like some of these you see like people putting these concepts and Casey or whoever's doing them is pretty much redrawing the whole thing. You never seen them have to do that with his stuff. So
no, yeah, and like he just said, he didn't want to just take Kong by itself. He likes to challenge himself, and you can see that right here. He gave it. It's a different Kong. This isn't your traditional Kong face that was just redrawn and done differently. It's its own, so which makes it more unique.
yeah, I mean it's tough because the effort he's putting into the headdress, you don't want to just lay it on top. And I get it. Like with the Kongs, like it's kind of traditional to take the Kong and add to it. But with his style of doing it, and the way he's drawing it, I can see him in Procreate right now working at it and doing all that. You want to redraw everything. So I get it. I completely understand.
I mean, I like that he redrew it, and as Con said, I'm not a consumer. I like that he tried to make it match. I might even gone further and put like a nose piercing in there. But I think the first time we saw this, I said like that he should lower the headdress. I'm not sure if he did that. It doesn't bother me as much as the first time. This might be my favorite Kong, one of my favorite Kongs ever.
Wasn't there a similar, like, I know that there's a lot of Mesoamerican Kong, or there's been at least a couple, right? I mean, I'm not sure.
Probably.
But it's, I mean, I don't think it was exactly like this, but didn't someone do another cuckoo something?
He did a while back.
Okay, he's the one that did it. All right.
Yeah. This is just the second. No, we've seen it in the second part of the show. Has this made it to Critz before?
I'm not sure. But we've seen it. We've reviewed it. I thought it had been on Critz. I'm surprised it didn't go through because the headdress is striking. You don't even have to worry about the Kong. You could lose the obsidian blades and it'd still be dope. You could add some shit and it'd still be dope. Dude, this looks like it has more than 6 colors. That's how well he did the colors too. It looks like
absolutely. I mean, yeah, that I have a problem with counting colors sometimes. I'm just like, oh no, and then I kind of lose track. But yeah, that's only 6. That's amazing if that's the case.
5 or 6. I mean, yeah.
All right.
So this is a really good job. Even though I'm not a Kong collector, this one would make me want to, or an Aztec collector, or Mesoamerican collector. This makes me want it. So it's really good. It's really good.
And I know there was some splashback a couple weeks back. People were talking about who shouldn't do this and who shouldn't do that. I had my popcorn. I was eating. I was just like, wow, this is real. This is getting real in here. So it was, the man knows what he's doing. This is his wheelhouse, and he showed you. He's showing people. He knows how to handle this. So
I don't know. The more I look at it, this head just kind of takes away from it personally for me. I think it just takes away from
Really?
Let's move on. Like I don't know. Never mind. Let's just move on. Move on.
All right.
Because we're just getting up. We'll continue. I don't want to go.
This is
Latino
like the opposite side of the spectrum for me, and not because the drawing is bad. In fact, the drawing is pretty damn strong. Is it's just I would never wear this. So even if it was my favorite colors, it's just not a subject matter that I care for. I think he handled it well. He did what you had to do. It looks like a Platino, so a plantain. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a little confused by the colorway though. Like for me,
Dominican colors.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean, despite that, I just don't like how it looks with the blue, with the green and the red. Like the green is not, for me, it's clashing. So that's my problem with it. Like that's why I wouldn't want to wear it, because I just don't like the way that the colors mesh together. But I didn't think of that. Is he and how do we feel? How do we feel about him? Is this obviously this is not a piece of himself, because like he's tossing a piece of plantain. So did he take a piece out of somebody else and was just like, look, this is what I'm gonna do to whoever comes across me the wrong way? I don't know, but rendering is good. I can't complain about the
Yeah. Got good dimensions, like the shadowing's nice,
Yeah.
It is strange. That is sort of like something Sierra does, like it's a motif he has with the character tossing up the ball or whatever it is.
Which I have no problem with that. I mean, it's
a different pose too.
Yeah,
it's a different pose. It's not your standard baseball pose. He's not swinging. He's not. He's a way different pose. I like that. That's
it's like the mango that he did, that Mallard Duck soon after did. He said Paco's from the Dominican Republic, and he reached out to do an ode to Dominican World Baseball Classic. So, I mean, does it have Dominican colors? Yes. Is it a Dominican dish? Yeah. Is he also potentially homicidal? Yeah. Is it drawn well? Yeah.
Homicidal, definitely homicidal.
How much percentage was this?
It was not doing well. I think it was in the 20s. Last I looked.
I mean, I know some people don't like to wear food hats.
If you're fat, you shouldn't.
Okay, fair enough. Like, listen, we all have to.
Like Donovan wouldn't be wearing ice cream, Colin. Let's just be honest.
No,
he's not going to wear the ice cream.
Shouldn't do that. No.
Well, look, I never thought I would do a food hat. Technically, serial killers is a food. I mean,
that's true, and I have that.
Didn't think of that. I didn't think of that at the time, but I mean, all right. So it doesn't probably have enough votes to get through.
The 26 got killed. How would you help him like take this to the next level if it were up to you, like to get it another chance? Or is there anything? You find some other Dominican thing and do that instead of a plantain?
I mean, another food item?
Maybe not a food, but just something that screams more Dominican than this. But what screams more Dominican? Baseball, I guess.
I wish I knew. I don't personally have any like Dominican friends or anything. There's not a whole lot of around here, but I would have some good advice for that. Anybody else have any idea? Because I'm kind of.
I don't. Culturally, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I think it's straightforward and it's a cool design. I don't know. I think the eyes are the left eye is maybe a little bigger than I would like, but that's just me being a picky bitch. I tend to do that sometimes. But I mean, I don't know. One thing I have to say, I always like the way he does his hands. I know that
he does good hands. No,
right?
I was thinking about that.
Eric mentioned that earlier.
I did. He has, because we were talking about how you can tell people's styles, and I was like, he was like, "Oh, I always know by this." I was like, "Dude, as soon as I see the hands, I know it's Sierra." He has like a very specific hand, like sizing and like positionings. Not that I've seen him do all different types. He could do what he wants to do, no doubt. But I know it's him, and I love it because he does it well. So.
Flashy, was this in your top or no?
No, this one looked definitely nutty.
Okay.
All right, well then
What
let's
about you?
move on.
I
So
think the
much
next
to
one,
say.
there's going to be a lot of debate, perhaps, about the next one. So there was like some talk about how they did a new thing in the stories where they showed what it would look like regular and glow in the dark, and someone mentioned that maybe it was because you couldn't tell what was going on at all if they didn't show the glow in the dark, and it would have hurt it a lot more.
It
I
still
personally,
didn't help any. It still didn't
well,
help any.
I feel that this was sort of like I see a cool clown that didn't make it, so now I'm gonna try to do the clown. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't even know where to start here. What do you guys think about any of that?
Personally, it's like dog. Like it's just like you said. If you're not wearing this at a rave or anywhere that has glow in the dark elements, you're gonna be walking around with the.
I know who this is for. This is for the IPC fan. That's it. You need the
Oh,
insane clown
IPC.
posse crew up in there, and then this shit will take off like nobody's business. Straight up. I ain't hating on it. I'm just saying, like, bring that to a Juggalo fest. You're sold out, bro.
What would do better, this or clowning around though?
You know, it's crazy. I would say clowning around. I don't want to say. It's more. It's darker, right? It's darker. It has that crazy ass shit with that hammer, looking like it's coming to get your ass. Like,
There was just 2 points brought up right now. Sierra even said, "How in the hell did he get 2 chances at voting?" For one, and then Cod even said, like if it doesn't work during the day, I mean, how? Okay, so people are gonna only be able to wear this at night, and I'm gonna have to walk around.
Well, not only that, but
the whole time?
yeah, you have to charge it constantly. It doesn't stay like that.
yeah,
exactly.
So I mean, relying so heavily on the buy is a problem. But yeah, that's one of the things I said is like, they did a whole new thing and put 2 stories up just to show you that it's not missing a face, basically, because it's missing a face in the regular version.
yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the colors work for it, I guess. I mean, if you could say that. Much like the American traditional, I hate clowns. And
Yeah,
so for
I can
me,
agree with
I'm
you
not
there.
messing with this. I'm not messing. Not because it's, not because it's poorly rendered or whatever it is. But if it's not a compelling image in daylight hours, like everyone's saying, like the cooler version is the night version, which we're not gonna, like, the majority of the people are not seeing that. So
Yeah.
you gotta kind of like, I don't know, like, I don't like clowns, so I'm not gonna support clowns. I mean, and I have nothing against people that are doing clowns as a living. You do what you gotta do. I support, God bless. We all gotta make it. But I don't like clowns, so I'm not going to want to wear clowns. But I mean, I think glow in the dark is hot right now. People's into glow in the dark and wanting to put them on Clink. So, I mean, they're selling. Look at my man Milos. He's like, that thing.
That's all he's doing now, though. It's like, bro, we got it. You killed him with the Phoenix, but now now he's like beating a dead horse. Now.
Hey, that map was clever.
That was the same design. Oh yeah, the map. I forgot about. I like the map.
The map is clever. So, I mean, but you gotta. We all discussed this on the Discord. If people are wanting to buy it, you got to give the people what they want. Like, as much as we're like, all right, we've seen it, but obviously, people are not crazy enough over glow in the dark to give this the number of votes that it's going to need to get through. So,
I can't let this go. Like, they freaking literally gave that chat 2 chances at voting. Like even I agree with Sarah. He even said it. Like, why not put the glow in the dark thing without the vote thing? Like, why did that one get 2 chances at voting? That doesn't sit right.
To see, I mean, from a market research standpoint, to see if glow in the dark can move the needle that much, because there is a big difference on this one. I think a better one would have been Good Kitties, not to toot your horn while you're here, but that seems to be what he's going for, is clowning around mixed with good kitties, honestly.
But it doesn't say. But without the glow in the dark, this thing's gonna look like a faceless clown, man.
I mean, to go, not to make it about good kitties, but when I did it, I never had any idea about glow in the dark. It wasn't my idea. I just did the logo, and then when it didn't make the votes, and I was like, oh man, I really want to do this. Casey's like, listen, I think we can make something happen, and that was their idea to do the glow in the dark. I'm like, okay, and I redrew it, and then there it was. So now people are saying, oh, glow in the dark can really move, as you say, move the needle. What was the voting discrepancy between the
2 or
one that's
3?
all right? That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be higher than that.
Me too. Yeah. I think it may have been. Was it even less for Milos's one too? I think it might have been even less.
I don't know. I could check it a bit if I really need to.
Oh, we have a down thing. I just want to give a shout out to the 5 people who are actually watching on YouTube. Thank you for coming over to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I
Please
see
subscribe.
Jojo.
Thank you, YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jojo. Good to see you, man.
You guys.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, I honestly, this is probably more controversial than me because I just feel like I should watch what I say.
Okay. Well, let's move on and leave it at that.
Yeah. I probably like this one. I like this one more than anybody here. I'll bet you I like this one more than anybody here.
Real quick, not so scary. The not glow in the dark got 22, and then the glow in the dark part got 32. So I mean, it did. Really
10 points. 10 point swing is a big deal. That's a big deal.
It is.
So is Milos's that didn't swing heavily, I think, then. YouTube channel is the same name. Pinku no Shi, Pink Death, I think he said it was. Dude, I'm pretty sure I like this more than anybody here, but I don't know that it can be pulled off. The little details, at least.
I can't remember where I saw the comment at, but somebody, I think it was a Discord. All I know is that it would be done in the same way that Catacombs would be done. It's going to be a lot of flat embroidery because it's that way they could show all the details. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, that was Discord.
Okay, so yeah, it was, but that's what would be, I could see being done this one as well, to get all that extra detail, because you're not going to get all that detail with any of the race bullshit. So, I mean, let's just be honest, that's not going to fucking happen.
No, too small.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'll hit on it. I don't dislike it. I think it's cool. I don't know. I worry. I don't know. You know what? Being a newer Clinker who is trying to design for hats, which is different than doing other things that I'm used to doing. I don't know. It kind of, what's your line weight? Like, I know that's going to sound really ridiculous. Probably the only person that would know that would be 40 swords. What's your line weight, bro? Like, is it, you doing 5 points? You doing 10 points? What, like, I don't know. I think the design's cool. I think it could be, I think it would actually help if it was widened a little bit. Just a hair.
He could be squatting more.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like, I love all my Japanese themes and samurai things and all that. I had the same idea that everyone else did. The details are small. Like, how you gonna embroider that hand that's holding the sword? You ain't. It's just no way. Now, what I would do personally, you got to spread his legs out and make him squatting more. And then you can shrink it and then widen it. And then then you can zoom in more. And then your details will be a little bit better seen. I don't understand all the pink. Like, I would be on board with this if it just, like, if you look at some of those, like, traditional Japanese prints, the colors are what make it great. Like, the wild, like, just like all the different shades and everything was what make it great. And you take that away with this. So I would say spread his legs out more so he's crouching down, and then you can make it bigger and give him the colors, man. That's what
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
You got a white skull. You could do, like, make the head a little bit bigger, make the skulls a little bit bigger, and that's what I would do.
I like all
Well,
that.
Melik's design, if
I
you're
like
going to
all
see
that.
this, I mean, you get solid notes right there if you want to make this. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think that's all. That's good. I just like the. No, I don't even know the concept. I just like the imagery. I just like the imagery. I think it's dope. I would like this character on a hat. I don't even mind the colors. I agree with Sierra that sort of the patterning isn't following the natural curve of the body as well as it could. But if you simplify some of that, it'll be a lot easier to do.
Oh yeah, by far.
But that's like when you look at those traditional things, some of that, as you say, it doesn't follow logic. Like some of the prints, they're
Sure,
just like kind of
absolutely.
placed that way, and
Yeah.
that's what's compelling about it.
That's true.
And that's precisely why either you have to, I don't know. I mean, you want to keep the legs. You've got to get this less tall and more wide somehow. So I think he's got a good idea.
And widening the stance will make a lot.
Yeah.
Widening the stance will
I
make it a lot more
understand.
sense too, because then you
Pull the
can give
sword
him a
back.
Yeah, like the sword shouldn't get lost in the body. You should
Yeah.
have it kind of coming out like, you know, in a position where he's kind of like maybe even holding it like this again, you know, so it's
Yes.
more horizontal. I mean, listen, this has got some promise, but you just got to make a couple of these changes, I think, you know.
Word.
I don't know if this made it. This would have been one of my picks to make it just to see what they changed about it, because I know just like I said, I like the imagery.
Okay. Well, let's pop
Yeah.
it. Rose gold.
And I hate this one more than anybody here, I'm sure. So
But this is how many? What's the percentage? What's percentage? What are we looking at?
like 50%
All right,
probably.
so this Robert Stamp.
I'm
This
just
get
gonna
Robert
go.
Stamp.
Yeah, this is gonna go. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so Penku no Shi got 34%, and this one is sitting at 41%, so it's definitely going through.
Oh, 41? It fell, but he probably already signed the contract.
All right, so look,
Well, at 41,
like,
at closing at 41, it's going no matter what though.
that's what I'm gonna say. I like Win, right? My mom was a florist for 40 years. Sorry, I'm just not really feeling. I know it's very classic tattoo. I'm not saying it's done bad. I'm not saying it's rendered bad for what it. Just that dark in the middle really loses it for me. It really takes away from the actual flower itself. Like I've stood there and cleaned roses with fucking knives and shit all day long. I know what a rose looks like. Nice flourishing on the ends with the little, with the petals. I get all that. I get it, but it gets lost in that center. It just doesn't. It just looks like a bunch of fish lips. I love you, Win, but I get where other people are seeing it, but no, I'm not trying to hate. Like that's what I see, and that's the thing,
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. You're being honest. What you think, 40? What you think about this one?
I have to agree with them there because I think the composition as a whole, I don't see Rose right off the bat here. Mainly, I'm gonna say maybe it's because of all the leaves around it, and if it's a gold rose, you got not enough gold in the rose and more gold. I'm assuming gold in the leaves, like the actual what the green would be, and I'm like, so that's what's distracting to me. And then you've got more darks, like the dark should, in my mind, like the dark should be where the petals are around it, and the actual rose itself should stand out more, which it isn't. And I think that's where the issue that I'm having is anyway. The composition, like if you took all those petals, or not petals, you took all the leaves out of it and just had the rose as it is, I wonder what it would look like. I mean,
it wouldn't look very good, to be honest, because I tried to imagine it right now. It would not. It would look horrible.
Yeah, like now I'm assuming he wants metallic gold with all. I mean, are we to assume that?
Yeah, I would.
I suppose.
I would.
Because like
It's
you
the same
can't.
bed, it's called rose gold.
Yeah, I don't know that you could. I don't know that it would look right if the leaves that are supposed what's green would be the most gold in this. It just no. I think
Yeah,
that's
it
what
might be. If they're talking about it in the chat a little bit, it might be copper metallic. It could be gold metallic. I mean, that aspect of it makes me like it, but how boring. I mean, it's just a rose, man. And not only that, but if you want it to look cool, like you guys are saying, like to get more gold on the actual rose, you're gonna have to change the perspective from that whole thing coming up and to the right to facing the perspective more.
Great. Great.
But
And I want to like this some more, but and it's just I'm tired. It goes back to my thing about rose tattoos on your wrist, on your hands. It's just they're old and tired. But this one, if you could do this one, it could have been done a lot better. That's what I can say.
Listen, it's gonna look good. This is gonna look good. People are gonna buy it. But is Clink Room the only place you could get something like this? No. Hell no. There's gonna be roses other places. That's why it's boring to me. Clink Room should be for something extra. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, unique.
Like, look at the hats that all of us have on. They're all something different and unique. That's just a rose.
I could see New Era putting this hat out and like maybe even a hibiscus and a couple other flowers, like the fucking state flower collection. Like get out of here.
No, I agree with that.
That's actually a good idea to pitch the list, man. The state flower collection. They probably sell that shit too.
But it's funny. It's funny when you said that because it is true. Like, I went to go get some printouts the other day, and I was wearing, I forgot what hat I was wearing. Oh, I was wearing To the Moon. And the dude was there. He's like, yo, what is that? I'm like, what's what? And he's like, your hat. I'm like, yo, it's a Clink Room. Oh, I never heard about that. Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. And like,
what were you wearing?
I was wearing To the Moon. No, not To the Moon. Sorry. Moonshot. My brain.
That hasn't been made yet, fool.
Moonshot. Yeah. So I was wearing that, and the dude was in the baseball, and he's like, yo, where you get it from? I was like, yo, Clink Room, blah, 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 blah. Gave him the address, looked up some hats. Like, you're right. I think that you need that ting to make it happen. So.
Yeah, what's to stop someone else from making a rose and they're calling it 2 roses gold or whatever? Do 2, like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's swap it out. Let's go to Starlight.
I guess when you pump out like 18 a week, eventually you're gonna do a rose. Starlit, Clinker, Flower Fox design. I know, like our group chat, there were some words about it. I don't hate it. Like,
words put it mildly.
I wouldn't buy it, but like this is another one. You could get this at like an Area 51 gift shop or something like that.
I mean, if I was in my skater stage back in the day, I would probably buy this. But I mean, I don't wear skater gear like that anymore. So this
all right, is this somehow skate involved? Like I'm ignorant of this. Like,
no.
Is this
no, it's not. It just looks like it looks like a skater brand for me. Like that's.
Well, it's funny you brought that up because in New York there used to be Alien Workshop. I used to go there and get my jeans before they became like a big skate company, and UFO, and that's exactly what I would see. Like that's like 94, so that shit just dated the shit out of me. But yeah, like I don't know. I ain't hating it. I'll say this. There are other things that can go in spots.
There's a limited number of spots. Yeah.
There's a limited number of spots. That's it. Not being hateful, I'm just saying.
I'm just a little confused by the alternating, is that red and green outlines around everything?
Yeah,
that's like it.
I don't understand that part. So yeah, I think maybe the circle's a little too big. Maybe if it was, I don't know, like maybe it's the shape of the circle that's bothering. Like it's not really a circle. It's like a snow globe on a table kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's hard to quantify what my issues with this are. but I think maybe if it was more symmetrical, like a real circle. I know circles are frowned upon here sometimes too, so I'm not trying to start that up. But yeah,
He's just trying to get all of our buttons. He's trying to hit all the buttons today.
Hey, listen, I pay attention. I keep receipts. I know what's going on in here. I've only
Well, I
done
know
one circle.
you an avid listener. You will say because you listen like a podcast.
But yeah, like the red and green. If someone can tell me why it's outlined in red and green, I would like to know, and because that's really bothersome to me. I don't know why, but
it started off as like a hacker thing. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. There was a version, that had never gone up. I think we critiqued. There was a lot going on with ones and zeros in the background. It was like a hacker thing, and then now it turned into an alien thing. Again, like I don't know. It's not. Circles can work, but you shouldn't just put animal in a circle just to defend the circle thing.
Right.
So this one, I just don't. I guess I don't get it, and I don't. I think that I've seen similar things before on hats.
Yeah.
It's not bad
Tom
though.
said it best. Respectfully, only Raphael's got the patent for the full circle.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so let's bounce to the next. Pure light.
Pure light. I like it. I mean, to be honest, like he had it the opposite way, and it was my fault that he switched it to this way. I just thought people would rather have the bird on their hat than hands. Like, what does that mean in sign language? And you're like, no, come to the fucking bathroom and let me show you what it looks like.
I get that. That makes sense. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so that makes sense instead of just the hands.
Let me get my glow in the dark light so I can show you real quick.
The original was like a wolf, right? Like I don't know how to fuck. And I was like, dude, people are gonna ask, what does that mean in sign language? And you're gonna have to be like, let's go somewhere in the dark and I'll show you. So I think it works better in this direction, like from bird to hands in the dark. I like the concept of the shadow puppet. I think conceptually it's super strong. I'm concept biased, so I like it a lot.
I mean, it does make a lot of sense, but I mean, I think it's just the colorway I'm getting tired of.
No.
Because I do like the idea. I love how he hides all the glow in the dark aspects. I absolutely love that, but it's the colorways that are just driving me crazy. Because this is the same one as the Phoenix one, almost the same exact colorway.
And there's been some great comments you guys are not reading. Snow globe is what it looks like. Somebody said Alien Workshop. That's why.
Alien Workshop. Yep. But the pure light. I mean, I don't know. I think Gemini said I don't like the hands. I actually like the fingers. I don't like the palms because that. I don't know. Looking at it, like looking at a palm that's supposed to be like this. You have like a little bit back, so you know if you're trying to get it. So the distance, I'm being a petty bitch again. I can't help it. There's just certain things.
He did what he could. Like he did what he could have maybe spread the fingers a little bit.
I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's good. I just I don't know.
I think spread the fingers actually, like to ride those feathers. That would be. By the way, circles are only okay when 40 did quick draws. There we go.
Ha ha.
Oh, he got lost.
Lost on what?
He got kicked out of here, no?
No, we lost him. Well, when he comes back in, we'll jump him back in. There we go. I got him.
Okay, here I am again.
That's all right. Oh, you're back. You're back everywhere. Nah. Cool.
Yeah, I like this one. I think this is probably the third bet. Maybe third of. I got to tie it for third, maybe. For me, I do like the hands. I think it's clever. We're going all in on glow in the dark. Clinker, glow in the dark. We're doing it. Clink room, and that's just how it is. So I support. I like it. I think it's and I know Casey was reaching out to say, can we get more like just like one color ones? And people are doing that. So.
But see, Gemini Triple just I just read his comment. If this is a put on Shadow Puppets, shouldn't the puppets be white? Like, and
Well, it's on
like
the,
shouldn't it be the black hands, and then or my bad, black bird with then the white hands?
yeah, but it just wouldn't work as a glow in the dark concept if you did it on a white hat like that.
But it shouldn't be white though. It should be. Never mind. I don't know. Maybe it's a
Because you have to do the image white because the glow in the dark thread is white, like with a little tint to it.
Not if you make it a black bird, and then he could put the glow in the dark thread over that.
But then there's going to be white over the bird. There's going to be white hands showing over the bird the whole time.
I don't know.
You have to do it this way.
I don't know.
Name, bird, and hands just reads religious, but that could just be coming off Easter Sunday.
That's true.
Yeah, I think it is a shadow puppet thing. That was my take on it, especially because of the wolf one. I think it's a really, really, really strong concept. And this is you can only pull it off with a white bird because the glow in the dark thread is white.
True.
Yeah, so.
All right, let's bounce from that. And let's go to the rat. The rat again. Plague rats.
It's cool that he did a one color design, although the teeth and eyes are white, but that hand is hideous. He needs to get Sierra to redraw that hand.
That would be the
because
perfect.
I don't know what the hell's going on with that pinky and that I can't. I got long ass fingers, but even I'm having trouble trying to do that shit, man.
What is he chewing on though?
An arm.
An arm. Man.
That's an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I never figured that out.
So all right, because I'm a little confused. So the hand that's on the left, is that the hand that's of the arm, or is that the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. All right. Well.
So is the arm that he's eating infused with his arm?
No, I don't know. I think that it looks like well, I guess that's the bite mark, right? No, there's just the one paw on that. The other one is hidden, which is weird because it's so big. And then there's a bite mark, and then there's nothing. I don't know. I don't know.
That's what's crazy is the hand looks like it can. I'm seeing it now. It looks like it can match the hand on the rat, but it's not. It's like somebody's arm.
Yeah,
it's merged together. It's like there's
gigantic rat.
Yeah,
the fucking gigantic coon-sized rat. It's a huge rat.
Do people like rats?
Yeah, no, look at Tom Bercy says, a former 15-year Manhattan resident, that just doesn't represent a rat.
Yeah.
Well, as 40 just said, do people like rats?
Fuck no.
I remember, did you all have a discussion about which possums? I think possums are cool, or opossum.
Me too.
I think they're cool animals, but it's hard for people to get behind rodents a lot of times. That's why, look, I had that concern about good chucks, man. I'm like, are people gonna want to buy this hat? Like, because it's not a rat, but still, like rodents. Yeah. Unless it's Mickey Mouse. Like, do people love rodents? Or Jerry or something? Like,
I mean, that's a good question.
Michael Jackson did. He had Ben.
We'd have to take a look at some to see how well some have done, but there's been a couple.
Had a good question too. Why is the tail and the arm the same color?
Because he's trying to do like a one color design, even though he put white in the teeth and eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, personally, I would have what I would have liked was the tail to be done different. I think if the tail was done differently, instead of wrapping around and connecting to the arm, if he had just done, he didn't even need an outline around the tail. He could just have the tail be that green, and either have it like kind of S-shaped, so it's like more behind him, or something whereas it doesn't wrap around and connect with and then you have that little bit of negative space in between the hand and where the tail is. That I would probably steer away from that.
All right, I hate to be that guy, but I fucking said this in Discord, and freaking Sierra said it too. This looks a lot like freaking Seamus's freaking stink bomb.
It's just same. color and like sort of shape, but I definitely see that, but it's not the same concept at all, right?
No.
I don't know. I don't know, man. He's already
he
selling
typed it.
t-shirts.
I said that shit in Discord. I'll fucking say it again.
He's selling t-shirts of this already. So since even though it's not getting made, you can get a t-shirt of it.
Okay. Hey, at least good art doesn't go to waste.
Yeah.
That's what to say about it.
Change that hand though. I mean, gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, fix it.
Change that tail too. Okay, game over. We might be in for an impassioned speech, or we might not. Game over. I like it, but I feel bad because Eric.
No,
Nope.
Eric, take
Nope.
over. Let Eric take.
No. Look, I have nothing bad to say about it. I like Jacobo's style. I think it's really fucking cool. I just had poor timing, and I should have did quarter munches myself instead of trying to collab with Sierra on it. And it's nothing against Sierra. It's just our times didn't match up. If it would have been like 1 week earlier, I would have had one out before him. And I've been trying to get my ass on the fucking, I'm gonna be a dick, trying to get my ass on damn Critz forever. This almost 10 designs deep. And it's like, I knew that shit was a winner. But I gotta give it props. It looks cool. I like it. I would wear it. I rock. I'm probably gonna buy it. You know, like I'll just come up with a different concept. You know the way. I'm sure 40 that shit has happened to you. You're starting to work on some shit. You got some shit going. Somebody pops something out, and you're like, "Fuck, man! Like that shit was a hit."
This is it, man. Like sometimes life happens. You just can't get into the groove of what you want to do, and you're like, "Oh, that'd be a good idea." You put it on the back burner. Someone else jump in front of you, and it's just the way it is. So, and then you're damned if you do. Like, and if someone's idea doesn't get the votes, and then it goes away, and then people are like, "Oh, he's just like, he's just trying to do a better version of what." So it's like, who do you have to try to impress? Who do you have to try to prove it to? You just got to do what you can, get it out as quick as possible. That's all. But
Exactly.
I mean, look, Jacobo, that dude's gonna put together the fresh stuff. He knows what he's doing. I personally, like, when I looked at his story before, the one with orange was better than this.
Yeah, I don't like
he
the
did a
colorway.
version- No, he did the one where like the screen was orange, and I can't remember what else was orange in it, and it just popped way more than this. And I like that better. But this is gonna make it through, right? What is this? 40? Is this 40%?
41 last I looked. 41.
Yeah, it was 41. I just looked at it earlier. It's 41. It's going through.
So yeah, this is status quo for Jacobo. That's what he does, man.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
I wish
it's
it was
nice.
more red and more orange, like you said. I don't care for the colors.
No, but maybe Casey's watching and he's like, you know what? These guys are brilliant. These guys
No.
do their
More
shit.
likely, he's like, fuck those guys. Well, aside from you, he's like, I'm going to do the exact fucking opposite of what those assholes say.
Yeah, I mean, I actually hope
it feels like it's happened like that before, man. It feels like it's happened like that.
I actually hope it goes through shop because I actually would rock it. I like it, and I like it. It's good. Looks good. It was
that's large. That's a large logo on the hat too. It's just boom. It's like right there. So I think, but you know what it reminds me of? Like the large, and I really was like, wow, that's a great hat. Jacobo did that one with the pumpkin, with the guy inside the pumpkin.
Yeah.
That one was great. I thought that was really great, really funny. And that was huge on the hat. And I know sometimes, like, I personally, as someone who does stuff with little details, I want it big on the hat. I want it big on the hat. Like, I know that's not maybe the most popular thing, but when you're trying to get these little details, it helps, Yep.
That's the end of that. No? Yeah, that's all 10 of them.
Yeah, I thought we were going to spend a little bit more time on this one. That's cool.
Well, it's all good. I guess we can pick our top 4 real quick. It's hard because, like I said, there's 5 for me that I think are good in every week, and then 5 that couldn't make it in any week, So,
all right, let me bounce them back then. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, reverse order wise, if you want. Yeah.
No, I already started from the beginning, so who cares?
Yeah, this one goes for me. It seems like they pick 4 from the Critz, regardless of percentage. Sometimes more, sometimes less. So this would be one of the 4.
Ditto.
Yeah, this one definitely is going to be one of those 4 by far.
Yep.
Or do you agree, or this one? Or this
yeah.
a no for you?
No, this is up there, man. This one is definitely top 3.
Cool. And Kong.
Yeah,
Sierra.
for me, yes.
Even though it's not for, even though I'm getting burnt out on cogs, but this one definitely is in there. There's no way this thing ain't gonna sell. This thing gonna fucking fly.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I don't have many Kongs either, but I like that it's different, and I like his style. Really, he lent his style to it really, really well. No doubt about it.
No.
Me either.
No, as well.
I don't even know what you could do to rework it other than find another Dominican, like we said, or like I said. I don't want to put that evil on anyone else. So.
I mean, it's a good concept. It's a strong concept. I just this ain't hitting for me. What about you, 40?
It's a great rendering, but it's not amongst the top tier this week.
Yeah.
Obviously we just saw the last slide. We just saw his other one, which obviously was top tier.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure he won't lose any sleep over it. He's got the point going. So.
Well, that's gotta be a hard thing, right? If you how do you feel about outdoing yourself in your own? Like if you have 2 up, and then right, like that's kind of a tough situation.
But wanting 2 of the 4 slots is a little bit greedy. So
that's life in the pickleball factory, my son.
I mean, it happens, man. I mean, when you got hot shit and people want to see it, and I mean, shit, he was.
Well, you know what? This is easy. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm sure 40 feels the same way. I'm like, I'm not clowning around with this shit. So that definitely ain't going for me.
This is a no, by the way, and Moth is
a hard no.
Moth is top. He says.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's just face painting. Like in just general, I'm not a big like when you see like people with like crazy amounts of makeup on. I'm not saying they look like clowns, but I'm saying that it's just I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know what it is. Like I could never be a face painter. It just would bother me. So yeah, I can't get on board with the clown. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ryan. The main thing is it does not look the same, even close to the same level as cool in the daylight. So we're gonna get 99% and get wear. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Pink Unoshi.
I like it personally. Now I want the changes that you guys said. I would bring it just to see who Casey had change it and what it turned into.
I'm in on this one because after seeing what Catacombs looks like, I actually wouldn't mind it being all flat and embroidered like that, like Catacombs is. So I'm in as is without even though I like the notes that 40 made on it, spreading it, widening it so that way you can see those details. I'm actually I wouldn't mind seeing the look with the flat embroidery on this one at all, colorway and everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with it. I like it. I mean, I like it in general. I do like it better with 40's notes though, but I still like it in general.
I mean, I flat embroidery is your friend, man. When you have all these kind of details, so I have no beef with flat embroidery. There's nothing wrong with it. But like I said, if it had those changes, this one here could be serious cap in my opinion. And I also don't like white hats, so that's another issue that I mean, it's not up to me, but if it did make it through, Casey's gonna have to do, he's gonna have to make some changes and do what he needs to do. They know their embroidery. That's the one thing you can count on Clink. They know their embroidery. They know what it's gonna need to make it, shine. So.
Fair enough.
All right, rose gold.
No, just because it's boring. But it's gonna look cool on the hat. It's just not something you can only get at Clink. So for that reason, no.
I would have to agree with that statement, and not only after 40's talked about removing the the outer leaves, you remove that, and I really am not going to see a rose in anyway. So for that's why I'm out on this one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. That's,
Okay.
that's all I'll say.
Alright.
I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I like him, but I don't know. It doesn't. It's too dark in the middle, man. Honestly, just change the dark in the middle. Change the
I
dark
mean,
in the
it's
middle.
hard not to like all these guys, but you can't vote whether you like somebody or not, I guess.
No, I understand. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, like I'm gonna stick with it. I've cleaned roses forever. My mom was a florist. It's too dark in the middle. It doesn't read like that. It looks like fish lips to me. So, you know.
I mean, hey,
Oh,
listen, I
by the way, the stream ended on
I know
Instagram.
I'm already back up.
Alright.
So give it 2 seconds.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah,
still live
Insta-
on YouTube and everything else, though, right?
You are live on YouTube, correct? And we
Yeah,
are back
sorry.
up on Instagram. My apologies, fellows.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead with whatever you were about to say for you. I'm sorry.
I agree with you know, our resident florist here. I mean, I'm just saying, I appreciate, like, I completely agree with what you're saying. There's just too much dark sucking you in here, and that's just like, now listen, my family was where the roses, like, that's my family name. I have a soft spot for roses, so I want this to be good, but it's just, for me, it's a little, it doesn't, it needs, maybe if it had like the stem, or like, what was the stingers and thorns, that's one I bought, like, way was that
Oh,
Jason Lee that?
where it came from the side.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there was no question what that was. And obviously, composition matters, perspective matters, everything like that. And then in conjunction with thread color, is it going to be gold? Is it going to be copper? I don't know, but I agree. It's just a little too dark. And unfortunately, it's just not amongst the top 3 or 4 hats in here. So.
And see, I like the idea, because I was gonna go more on that, what you're saying with like showing the stem, but then it's just gonna go back to Donovan's point. That's something you could get anywhere. It's not, but then see Clink room, like,
Yeah, Clink is a lot of +1. Like, did Casey say +1? You got to add like another little something to it to make stand out.
Yeah. In that case, it was supposed to be the color, but I don't know if that's enough.
Oh.
Is it a no for me? Yeah, no. I mean, I like that Flower Fox is doing her thing. I assume it's a girl, right? I've been told it's a woman. That Flower Fox.
You know it is. You know it is. You just try to act like you forgot.
I don't know. I don't want to assume. So I appreciate that they're doing their thing. I just think, again, this needs like more of a +1 too.
Yeah, I agree.
I would agree on all that points, yeah, and then the paneling just doesn't do it for me either. But again, this is skater to me, and I mean, as much as I like skater stuff, if it's gonna say skater, it's gotta maybe put them on a board. I don't know. As now out.
That seems to be one of the locking keys.
You know what? I did forget to say I do like that. Because I like the panel. I like that they're doing something interesting with the colorway, at least. Like, it might not be my favorite colors, but
I mean, we had a pinwheel hat, right? That,
yeah.
How long has it been since we saw that? That's been a long Clink and a pinwheel. So
I like seeing that. So yeah, keep it up, Flower Fox, for sure. Yeah, this is a take for me. I'm taking this to the shop. I don't know if it's gonna make it. It was in the low 40s or high 30s last I looked. So.
I mean, given my issue with it, it would be a keeper stick. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna get it though. But this is still up there.
I'll just say this. I don't know. It's
a
a solid design. Like, you can't take anything away. It's a solid design, even if you don't like the hands or you don't like the way, it's going to be in front or behind or however, I still think it's a solid design. So props.
Definitely solid. For me, it's like this / Jacobos. I mean, it's they're right there with each other, so I don't know which one I would choose. Like out of the two, this one is so simple in terms of its regular daylight image.
Yeah.
And I think it's clever. It's a clever, uh, glow in the dark usage. So, I think it's up there, top 3. I mean, top or top 4. I haven't decided yet, so I'll have to
With
So
look
that
at
it's
being
that.
making
said,
it
though,
to the top.
but he just made me think of something that we just said on something earlier. I mean,
But
you're not going to be walking around with that thing at like, unless you're in the club. How often are you really going to see those hands brightening out?
well,
Like,
that's why you're going to see the bird. The bird is the more interesting part anyway, right?
yeah, but then it goes back to the
I don't
point. We
know
can
that it
get.
is.
Well, I
I
mean,
could get.
okay, the bird is the not have to stop and explain that you don't know sign language part, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh no, I would
I mean,
hope that
I don't even think sign language. I think shadow puppets. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
was just
that's
about to
what
think.
it is.
say I would just immediately hope that somebody sees this on the street and has an intelligence level that says that's not sign language, and that
I mean, it would have to be.
I'm not
It would
trying.
have
I'm
to be
trying to be
some super
mean, but I'm
woke
saying
ass.
like
No,
somebody
you're right,
looks
fool. It would have to be some woke ass Karen that be like, oh my god, my stepson is deaf and he finds that offensive, and I'm
No,
offended
no,
for him.
no, no. I'm not trying to take it there. I'm just saying, like, like you can tell. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you've seen people sign language, right? Like, I don't know. I know on the East Coast, I'm sure they do on the West Coast too. Like when they have
Yeah,
like
it was the
officials
wolf that
talk,
was
they're
worse.
always doing their things. So, like, you would know what was up, right? Like, I mean, I would hope so at least.
You'd be surprised, but yeah,
Well, I guess.
I guess
Hey,
I misspoke.
we didn't think this was racist, but apparently that's why Tokay Gecko couldn't go through.
Well, that's
Oh.
somebody said that in a comment. That's not why it didn't go through.
I know
Well, I'm
I'm
not.
saying, but
I don't
apparently
want to get
that's why
all
I got hate.
controversial and stuff like that. So let's just move
Yeah.
along. We all agree. I think we all agree it's a great hat and good design.
Yeah, this one's a no. Yeah, maybe like you can get the shirt.
Yeah. No.
No for me, sorry. Well, don't want the shirt either. all I see is Sheamus's. Regardless, but Sheamus said it's not, so it's not. I'm gonna let it go. So on that note, that tail and that arm, like 40 said, that tail, that got to be fixed. And the arm, but it looks like I don't know if he's eating his own arm or if his arm and the other thing have just been sitting there so long that they morphed together.
Yeah. What if he's eating his own arm? I didn't think of that.
No.
What? So
I'll say one thing about it. The thing that honestly threw me off the most, besides I don't think the design is super bad, right? I think it's just very plain and basic, and that's fine. There's no hate on that. It's just when I looked at the hand, I thought it was a set of French fries. Because it looks like shit like is hanging out of like a French fry container. So, and that's like on first look, like I just like plopped through. I was like, oh, French fry. I'm like, oh, it's an arm. So like, if I have to confuse the hand with French fries, then I think that's a problem.
Eric, are you seeing Mojo? He can't let go. Where's the plague element? Could you put a plague mask on this thing and make it more interesting and still have it be one color? I think you could put like a plague doctor mask on a rat, maybe.
Yeah, you could.
That might help. You could even keep the pose, just throw the plague mask and take that hand out of there. Then you got a plague rat I might consider buying. You can keep even the ugly green color.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you pull it off. I just think that.
I guess the whole play on the plague is because he's eating the arm, and that's like the blood mixing with their saliva shit is what makes it out.
I guess.
I mean, maybe if you're gonna go like, look, we had a decomposing orca, right? Like they did that. So maybe look, people are not gonna like the rats anyway. Maybe just make the rat literally like a monstrous, like just disgusting, vile looking rat. Maybe that.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd survive the plague or something, something like that. Maybe that would be cool. And you could probably still use this colorway, and I would still want to add a couple more touches of something color into it. But I don't know, just spitballing.
I like that idea. I'm not gonna lie, more than what we're
I
seeing.
agree.
This one,
Game over.
this one, just because of my boy. No,
Don't do that because I'm honestly I'm gonna say like I'm gonna buy it. So I mean like I it's done well. Like I'm not look. I can be a hate. I'm not hating on something because shit got fucked up on my end. That's it. But like, dude did a good job, and I like Jacoba hats. I was just rocking before. I know we had 40 on, so but I was during the day I was rocking a Jacobo hat. So like I'm not gonna, man does a good job. I have fucking hats of his. Kudos to you, man. You did a good job. Honestly, you came up with some elements that I didn't even have thought in my head. Like I like the you lose on the top because I was kind of struggling with what I wanted to put up there. I was
Is
more
that
like
the name of the game?
no, he's just saying like it's game. The name is game. It's the name of the Hats Game Over. So
No, but the
you
name of the
lose.
game is
you
you lose.
lose.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
if you
it's game
can
over.
beat that game, you are the champion of the world. Like if you
Exactly.
can beat you lose, then you're doing something right. You are
Right.
on point. So I think that's a fantastic idea. So
Yeah, this is like I only have to leave it out because I already took 4 type deal, but I would take it too.
Yeah, I like it. Good job, dude.
Well, thank you, 40 Swords. We usually look, as you probably know, we look at submissions where we can actually help people now, and if you don't have to do that, we won't subject you to that. But if you'd like to, you can.
all right. Well, let's see what they got.
All
See
right.
how it goes.
All right.
Our
Let me
first,
just
our
refresh.
first one is, believe it or not, guys, it's a Panther. And it's
Don't
by
tell me.
Raphael.
I'm sick and tired of seeing freaking Panthers.
He won't.
Oh my
No,
God.
this is time to get serious. We have 40 stores. 40 stores. How do you help him get his Panther made? Finally, he won't let go of it.
No. Scratch
So
that. Scratch
I
that.
thought
40
he-
swords.
I
No.
thought he-
Do not help him get this damn Panther, dude, because I'm sick and tired of seeing this fucking Panther.
I thought he already got one through there though.
He wants another one, I guess.
So all right. I mean, no. So like I'm looking at it on a tiny screen, so I'm trying to figure out.
I'm sorry, homie.
Like, no, it's not your fault. I mean, it just I didn't look through these. I actually like this one better than the other ones. Let's see.
Oh, he's changing it. I was like, what's going on?
I'm changing in real time, so at least you get a little bit better review. I'll change it on Instagram.
That's better. That's better. Look, I'm not mad at this. Like he's determined. Listen, we should have applaud determination. We should applaud, the grit that it takes to get back up there, dust yourself off, throw it back into the ring, and just keep fighting it out. I mean, it's got the vibes of the Carolina Panthers type deal. With a paw. I actually like the colors though. I think that pink. I think it kind of plays off nicely with that purple a little bit.
I agree.
I don't know what I could tell them, what I could say to make people want a Panther in a circle. I mean, if they don't want it, they don't want it. But
there's a black light version, by the way. Does it read black light?
All right. Yeah.
So
no. Sorry.
The color. I will say this: the color choice is phenomenal. I like that.
Yeah,
I do too.
It's just a kind of a snooze, right? So he's got a panther, a tiger. He's got a bunch of big cats, all with the one paw. It's kind of like, it's just. I know that's a cool design choice, and he likes it, and it's sleek. But maybe it's time to give it up, at least on the panther.
I mean, if the Clink Nation is not feeling it, they're not feeling it. But you gotta give them credit for keep trying. I mean,
this is like Gabe. This is like Gabe in the goddamn Omni mask. Like, come on, man. Like, enough is enough. I'm sorry.
No,
Hey,
this is
listen.
way beyond.
Yeah.
You're being nice, man. You're being nice.
Way beyond. This
All
is
right.
way. I hope he gets a chance so he can see whether the public. I guess that's why he keeps doing it. He wants the public to tell him no, I guess.
Okay.
Or yes. I'm not sure
This
what's
is-
been changed here, other than you can see more of it. It looks like the Kool-Aid Man now. This is
Yeah.
what the French toast.
Oh
Seamus,
yeah.
uh,
I had to do it.
I think that's what he's going for. So it does read that more now. I think that's kind of what he changed. It does read like he's breaking through the wall more.
Oh.
Yeah, he gave it a lot more depth. You can tell. You can see the difference between his back
Yeah.
arm and his front arm. All the different pieces, how they're shattered apart and different. You can see all that. That is the one thing he definitely changed on. It makes it a lot more readable. But,
Yeah.
it's still cool.
Okay, so this was shown before, and then
Yeah, he
we
redid it.
reviewed this on. We reviewed it like on our second half, like we're doing right now. That's what we.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot of wall that's being broken. I mean, that's a lot of embroidery to just. I don't know that you need that many like little cracks. Like you probably could just, if they were gonna put this through, they're gonna like kind of. I would say probably get rid of 50% of that. In post production or whatever you want to say, and it'll still get the point across. Just gotta simplify it. That's all.
Oh,
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
What would you say when you see this in public? If you never saw it, would you say, "What the French
Yeah, like
toast?
what is the name of this?
What the French toast?"
Okay.
I mean, I get the dude's French. I get that by the mustache, but
So
that's
is that why the mustache? All right.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like if you gave him a beret or something, the French supposedly wear berets, I guess. But like I've never seen a French person wear a beret personally, so I don't know. That's just
only in the movies. Only in the movies is where it happens.
He said he wanted to have a pat of butter as a beret, which would have been cool, but he ran out of colors, I guess.
Yeah, that's
like
that'll happen.
yeah. I mean, would you need to put something with the Eiffel Tower in there? Is it necessary? Should he be breaking through there with an Eiffel? I don't know.
Yo,
But,
breaking through the Eiffel Tower. No, breaking
How
through
about
the
a
Eiffel Tower
giant?
would be
No,
great.
no. What
Like
about
a
a giant
Godzilla.
King Kong French toast climbing the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
wow,
That would be pretty
Something like
cool. That would be pretty
that'd
cool.
be wow.
That'd be wicked.
Uh,
All right. There you go. Sierra's ode
What in
to
the-
Tupac.
Can you
Okay.
do this? Are you allowed to do this?
That's
I was
that's
thinking
what, like when I saw his Biggie one, I was like, oh, it looks cool. If they didn't let the Hank Aaron thing go through, I don't see how they're gonna let this or the Biggie ones go through. A new era, I mean. It's just they're probably gonna be like, nope, sorry, we can't do that. We'll get sued or something like that.
Unless the proceedings go to Mama Shakur and his family, then I can see it going through. But other than that,
Yeah,
I mean,
Maybe.
likeness rights. Likeness rights. Well, they'll lock it out
Yeah.
immediately. And if they
he
saw
said
it,
he
they would
just did it
too.
for the fun of it. He said,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
just for the fun of it.
So just as a wider point, like how do you guys? This is now 3 that Sierra has done, which is like a person. How do you like stuff like that? Not anything about Sierra, but is that your style? Because I don't really see myself buying a hat with somebody I like on it necessarily.
I
You know
do.
what I'm saying?
MF Doom. I can name some underground hip hop artists.
See, I'm not
Yeah.
that big of a fan of anybody.
Neither am I. And there's very many, not very many artists that have where they're here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the individual. Hey, listen, some people like clowns. That's people want to wear clowns, like, and some people want to wear, like, look, MF Doom, dude, like, all you need to see is the mask. We know who that is now. So it's
Yeah.
like you could get away with that, but once you start making it actually look like a person, and then and not like, what about what they just did with and I was about to buy that hat. The one that was it Brad that did the Freddy Krueger crow?
Yep.
I bought that. I bought that hat.
I was gonna get that. And I was like, oh shit, that looks cool. I'm not a big Freddy Krueger fan, but I loved what he did. I loved the fact that it harkened to that.
Yeah.
And then when they said it wasn't gonna work, I'm just like, it is a crow wearing a hat and a sweater. And they were like, New Era was like, nope. So if they wouldn't let that go through, there's no way something like this they're gonna do it. So
That's true.
it's disappointing, but yeah.
That's making me rethink one of my submissions, the elephant, because if that's the same thing, then they're not gonna let an elephant that's based off the Phantom of the Opera go through either.
I mean, Phantom of the Opera is not an individual. They might.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, it's kind of like you might be able to get it through there.
Yeah. Easter Revenge, an Easter bunny that looks like it's got a story to tell with its scars. So it's a bruised up, pierced up Easter bunny. It's totally not my style at all.
Didn't Phil just have one go to the shop? Like we just had an Easter bunny one.
Ride or Die, which I'm pissed off. That was the earliest. I always buy on Sundays, and that was the earliest I fell asleep on a Sunday in forever. And I forgot to buy that and the ice cream cone.
Oh,
I don't have. I only have the one Ed Weird hat. I wanted another one, so
yeah, I grabbed one.
But this one, like, what do you do? Like, it's sort of just, well, like he said, it just kind of was done with like an evil Easter thing or an angry Easter thing. Is he even angry? I don't know.
I would probably, first of all, make the rabbit different color than the hat. I would want them the same. I would move the, I would like maybe take maybe a bite out of his ear or something, like instead of where you could put like maybe the earrings on the top part of one ear and then have like, a tear out of the other part, make him, because he's got a scar on one eye anyways, rough him up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure how many people would get behind it, but if you made them look really, really like, more tougher, more beat up, I think it would probably, behoove this design.
Oh. All right. This is when.
I'm not even gonna say because all I think of is Austin after. Oh shit. I don't know. For me though, I like the concept, but I mean, didn't Brad do something like this already with an American Eagle and the patriotic feel and whatnot?
Yeah, but this is the problem with like high volume new guys into it. It's like they have no idea of what. I seemingly don't care about what has been done before they were around. So I don't know if that's a problem for everybody, but it's something I've noticed.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it. I don't. I get it, but I won't. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. There's something with that head, man. There's something with the way that.
Yeah, it's the beak. The way the beak is kind of like coming in. There's a lot of black in there, and it's like, I don't know. I think that's what and that like weird little lightning bolt type shape in there. That's not helping it.
No.
So I think that's probably, it almost looks like, I don't know, the way that the neck is. There's that heavy black in there. It's almost like he's pushed in, and I don't know. It's just weird. Like it's kind of convoluted in there. I don't think it's helping the design at all.
Yeah. That's from Birdman too. That dude does birds. All right.
I would agree with everything.
You'll actually get to see
100% shit.
So this is actually something I did. I did not put the bottom of the thing.
Oh, we get to critique some of Eric's work up in here.
I did a con with a classic, and I try to bring it back to New York.
I'm gonna say this. I like it like this.
So look, this is what I'm gonna say. The reason why it doesn't have the two bottoms of the top of the torches is because every way I did it, they looked like dicks, and I didn't want to disrespect the con, but I put it straight up. Like that's why they're not there.
Wow.
I do have versions of it without it, but I was like, you know what? Best take it away, just duplicate it and leave it. Bring it to New York because Kong Empire State Building. Yeah, that's where I'm from. So whatever. I
I
try to
think
keep.
you don't even need. I don't think you like if you're doing Liberty Kong. I'm assuming. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
that's
called.
exactly. Yeah.
Just you don't even need any of that other stuff. You just need the head. The headgear says everything you need to know about Statue of Liberty. Period. You don't even need the torches. You don't need the city. You don't need none of that. And like obviously, the rendering is not what what you want it to be
Yeah.
with the Kong head and everything, but they
Yeah.
can figure it out. Like they can work that out. As far as Kong go, it's a natural progression here. I mean, we've done every other Kong. You
Yeah.
didn't they do a like Uncle Sam Kong? I can't remember. Did
I'm
they
not
do Uncle
sure.
Sam Kong? They
Flashy would
might
probably
have.
been. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think that with a little spit shine on this, and a more accurate rendering of the actual real Kong head, this could
Yeah.
this could be done. They could do it.
No, I appreciate it, man.
He did a different version that he argued with on me, and it was a more graffiti style, and it was his own take on it.
Okay.
And that because I get what that's what you're getting at. This one would need more refined details, and the one that he had.
Oh, he
Okay.
died.
Way more graffiti. He didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of do more street style. I just wanted to take it classic because I figured, like, I honestly I did it more because I just wanted to kind of do a little. I wanted to do a Kong, honestly, more for me than anything else. Like I just wanted to do something for New York, so fuck it. So it's all
Well,
good.
listen, can't blame me there.
Yeah, because I don't know. I want to bring it back. Bring it back. There's another win. Damn, dude. Like we're gonna like see 10 wins in like 10 minutes. He's pumping
Yeah,
them out.
the dude's putting content out there.
Yeah, he's putting work.
So I don't mind. I think it's kind of cool looking.
What exactly
I
is
think-
this?
I can't see 'cause it's so small. I don't know. I can't remember. Where's Creature? He's usually the one who shouts us out. He's gone.
Is it a chameleon? Is
It's
the
a chameleon.
and the skull merged together?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when in doubt, you throw a skull on something, you're gonna get at least 30%. So like I don't think at least 30%. If you get a skull somewhere in there and it's done decently, you're gonna get some votes. I think this is kind of cool actually. I think it might make it. I think it might make it past the voting stage. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's kind of tribally, almost not quite, but people like chameleons, people like skulls, and I kind of like how the eye is. It's kind of both elements are kind of merged. So yeah.
Yeah, it wraps up. I agree with you. That's what I told him too. I was like, I like that. That's like the best part of the design, where that tail
Right.
wraps in. That's the dope. I don't know, there's not a whole lot of shit going on. I think we've seen. Well, no, we haven't seen most of these. We got like 3 more to go. I know we're
We saw
good.
this one there. This is the shop already.
Oh, this isn't shot. No shit. That's right. So this was a redo from previous,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
and then they I guess they made it more weedy. We'll put more smoke on top. Was pretty much all that changed. Any thoughts on that?
The part that I couldn't get by, had a hard time getting by, was I didn't like that the wheels were so tall. Like I wanted
Yeah.
like the actual, like those stylized drawings of cars that make them look like when they slam them and they've got like all that. Like this is the opposite of that. Like it's a jacked way up. So it's like I want it to look like, because he's got the kind of style going on where it could work if he just like what's the word I'm looking for, like deformed it a
Yeah.
little, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think it could work better with this. I just don't like how the wheels are so tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's so much clearance. Like this is like a 4x4 like off-road version of the VW bus. So yeah, I think that's the one thing that's putting me off about it.
I think. Yeah, I mean, even if he just lowered it, like if that
Keep
just
saying,
lowered.
VW bus. but it looks too much like a bus for me now. The more I look at this thing, it doesn't look like a
Okay,
VW bus. But I get why they did that because they can't put a VW bus on the damn hat.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see if it comes back. I don't think it got to Critz last time. It was.
I agree
Did
about
it?
those tires though. Those tires are.
Those tires are those front tires are ridiculous. It's like Bigfoot VW. Like seriously, I'm waiting for it to go off like a dirt mound and crush Gravedigger and shit.
Damn.
Yo,
Yo, maybe that's the play. Make it a monster truck. You know what I mean?
And we got another Ram. That's MJ.
Yeah, that's Milos. That dude is
Yeah.
that dude. You can he's the type of he's one of those types that you see it and you know who did it. Like because that's just he's got a real slick way of rendering pretty much anything. So
yeah,
the dude knows his way around Illustrator and the pad and pen.
No, I think
I harp on a lot of shit that is just animals, but damn, I'll be damned if I'm gonna even try to tear this thing apart. The detail on the horns, the detail of the face, the eyes, it's fucking Milos, man.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he did a good job. All right, so I'm gonna kill it out with the last one. We'll call it a night, and I'm only gonna do it because it's another one of my designs. I'm gonna be a prick. So
this is a good one though, bro. I fucking told you. I love this fucking design. This is badass. I just went for I was looking at old statues. I was like, fuck it, let me try to do some tattoo shit. So that's what came out. What do you think about this 40 Swords?
Yeah, I'm trying to let me see. Like, so are we trying to get like the hair to be
I'm trying to get everything just to flow. It's I had white behind it. Easy. Yeah, yeah. So I wanted to kind of, the way tattoo artists do like color by numbers. So I wanted to just do shading and then just use two colors and then use the background of the hat so it's all negative space besides the two blues. Other than that,
that's what like. I'm not used to doing that. So for me, like when I see other people's stuff, like I'm like, all right, are they gonna like? Is it going to be using the negative space in the hat, or are they going to take the colored and match the color with of the thread with the hat? Is it going to be raised? Like, because that's kind of what the difficulty is when I think about like, oh, maybe I should. I have a hard time visualizing it. I have a hard time. I don't know why, but
no, I get you, man.
I think this
is kind of weird. Where'd that
I think you did a pretty good job in like getting a good likeness of what you would imagine a statue to be. I think let me think. I'm just wondering if maybe the it's not a pitchfork, it's trident, but I'm wondering if the placement of that could be changed a little bit. Like
Hey Eric, are you still here, fool?
I am here. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly don't know how this is gonna work because I can't even see where the fuck he is.
I'm right here.
He's in the show still, but
can you hear me?
I can't see him.
I see him. I see him.
Oh, you can see him in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then hey, with anything then, Eric, they said there's a couple more submissions that you missed. There's Cod and then Sierra has a couple more.
How? Where did I? All right, let's refresh.
And then Seamus's Gorilla Radio I know is on there too as well.
Well. No. Oh, not this one, right?
I honestly can't tell you, bro, because I can't see. I can't even see.
How? You can't see inside?
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go to it on my own because I can see this shit on my own. I got you.
All right, let's find something. Is that Cod? No.
So this is new territory for me.
I'm trying to see where in the script there is. Sorry about this, 40. Like,
it's all good.
I'll refresh it.
I don't know if I'm cutting them off. That's my whole point. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
No, dude, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to get as much whatever I can get in while we get it in.
I can see him in there.
Yeah, it's not loading. I think
Yeah,
everything's
which one
fine.
is he on right now? Which one is he on? Because I
I'm
know he
not on
just
anything.
selected the Liberty Con.
So you can't even see my shared screen, my
Oh,
dude?
there's a boots one, Eric. It's a boots. It's the boots. You can see the boots. It's got a. Looks like a. I don't know if that's an American flag on it or and claws that are on it, but by Melik's design. It's right after Flanagan's when where Knock is.
All right,
You'll see like
I might have
other
to change
reposts
the
and then
view on
boots
it.
one is what's after that.
All right, give me 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. All right, it's starting to load. There we go. All right, got the boots. See it? There you go. Mount designs. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
the boots with the American flag that's coming off the side.
Okay. And what's the shape of the flag all about? Like, why is it shaped that way?
I don't know. It says
I
Ben
honestly
Holden
have no idea, man.
Southern
Just go with it. It
swag
says,
designed.
been holding this one back for a while. I call this one Southern Swag. Design was designed by ATL's own Outcast. Couldn't decide on colors on this one, so I'm assuming that has to do with Outcast in some way.
Atlanta, because that's where they're from. No,
I mean, I'll say this: the colorway works.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of footwear nowadays. Like,
yeah, we are.
I had an idea for some footwear stuff too. Maybe I should give it a try because if all this footwear is going, what's the last one Casey did? The one with the
Nike, yeah, it
Jordan
looked like a
type
Nike.
thing.
Yeah.
And it,
Oh yeah.
Now they got away. Now here's my concern was, can it not look too much like for instance, like, could you get away with making an Air Force One but not having the Nike swoosh in there and having it look like an Air Force? Can you get away with that? Like, are they gonna allow that? Because well, they got a lot of footwear, but I'm just trying to figure out why the flag looks like that.
I honestly couldn't tell you, man. This is something different, though. Eric, the next one is another one by Melik's design. It looks like a fucking like a tiki almost.
Yeah, I got it up.
The Great Mythic Hawk. Hawk.
I saw this earlier today too.
Sorry, this is kind of weird for me not being able to hear this fool. I'm like, I can hear everything you're saying perfectly.
You're good. You're good. I got you. You're up. I don't know. I think it looks
Mythic
cool.
Hawk. Okay, so this is inspired by Native American totem pole art with this one. This one, I mean that goes back to the whole with the other one with the what's it called with that flat versus raised embroidery. Because do you think that's would embroider well with a lot of that raised embroidery?
Oh wow. There's a lot to look at here. Like, it's a lot. Like, if someone's walking by, they're gonna need to like grab you and stop you from walking too far because they got a lot to look at. So it's like I'm having a hard time kind of understand. Like, so we've got lightning bolts out of the eyes. Is that what we got there?
Yeah,
it looks like it. Yeah, because like Sierra was asking, is it the Thunderbird? And yeah, that's what it is.
And what's going on with the talons? Like, I can't really read.
They're
They're supposed to be holding the baseballs, is what it looks like. But they're so tiny, they get lost.
Oh, okay. It'd probably be better off with a bat, like, instead of a baseballs.
Oh yeah, bat going across would be a hell of a lot better than yeah.
It's gonna read quicker, obviously. So
yeah. Interesting.
I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but maybe someone will see it in Critz and think otherwise.
Yeah. And then
I agree with like you're saying even Sierra saying even a lacrosse stick would go good in there. And you know what?
Yeah,
maybe a hockey stick might be better.
Something breaking the.
Going. It's the Blood Moon's next. Yes, Blood Moon is next. So boy, Seamus the Skunk with Blood Moon.
It's gruesome. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, very. But he also fixed his face. I see. He make that pillow just look a little bit more sporadic than before when it was just a circular motion. He also fixed that jaw a lot too, gives it more definition on the side that's a little bit darker on the Blood Moon, where the light isn't touching it.
Yeah, okay, was this in Critz? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't in Critz, but this is another one that we reviewed. When we do this second part as always. This is another one that we have reviewed when we see this one. But it is very gruesome. I ain't gonna lie. That blood moon, I'm liking it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a lot
cool.
better with the notes that these fools gave him. That puddle on the bottom, like they said, they can make it look more sporadic from the drips because you're not gonna get no perfect circular drip. And the fact that it's
No.
different,
Right.
the color that it's actually there. I'm liking this one a lot more. I'm liking this one a hell of a lot more.
Me
What
too.
you think?
Right. I don't know, like maybe it's like could we like the pink. I don't know, like what would it be if it was a little less pink and a little bit more white in it? Like so it wasn't I don't know. I want to see a different color with the pink and just see how I felt. But that's me personally, what I would try. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it is tall. I don't know if it's gonna be able to be that big. So either maybe the puddle needs to be a little bit closer to the head, or just in general, it's gonna have to be shrunk down on the hat a little bit.
Yeah,
Just,
I hear you.
I just don't. I just think that that's what's gonna have to happen based on how tall it is. But it's not my cup of tea. But I could see how some people. I already said, you got a skull involved, you might get 30% right off the bat. So if there's a skull in there, you got a puncher's chance. So I would say, let's see how it does if it can get through. So
Next, Eric, I don't know if you want to do the Biggie ones, but there's 2 different Biggie colorways, and then there's a map one of by Milos, and then the Seamus's
the map was
Kong.
the map was dope. I like the map. Yeah, that's cool. But like I said, I just don't think New Era is gonna go for that. I like.
It's like you said though, he did them just to sharpen his skills, and I get that he's pushing himself to do different things that he doesn't normally do. So taking something that's out of your normal subject matter and doing something like that can really help you hone in on all that shit.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. I like how he did it. Cool concept. I do like this colorway the best though.
Versus this.
My favorite part about it is how he's holding the 10 crack commandments in his hand. He's literally got them in his hand.
No,
that's pretty legit. Shout out to that song too, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, he's doing good with the likenesses too. It's not like that's the
Next
thing.
is
Like
it's the scroll one. It's the map one. Eric.
No, I know. I'm going to. I just wanted to show the other colorway, and then you're right. The last one's the skull one.
And at any time, sir, if you gotta take off, man, we'll feel more than free because, like I said, this is the second half that we always just do this just to see if we can help anybody out that actually watches the show.
Well, listen, that's and I appreciate that because a lot of people have over the years have helped me out with like just stuff that you don't necessarily see right off the bat. You're looking at you've been looking at something for 15 hours doing something and you just might miss something. So it's good. I like this one, man. I think this is Milos. He's found his little zone. When he first started off, his stuff wasn't clinky enough, and now his stuff is clinking along. It's clinking along. I was like, oh, Milos, would have been cool. I told him, what if it was a dagger stuck in like this in the part way to the left or something? He's like, oh, that maybe I should try that out. But I mean, that's a cool glow in the dark feature. It's not something that makes or breaks, or obviously, like it's the glow in the dark feature is not anything that is going to. We're not missing out on it if it doesn't glow in the dark. Like
exactly.
It just adds to it.
It's icing on the cake, as I like to say. It's like it's not something like you said. It's not make or break.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's clever, and I think it's very Clink.
Because that would make people trip out, like, oh, they see this cool map on there, and I know where. Wait, that thing glows. That'd be cool.
Yeah, this is a secret. This is gonna take. Now, what I was gonna say is like the X marks the spot should be bigger, I think, but like I thought, but then again, it's just a glowing in the dark feature, but it's like it reminds me of the Goonies.
Yeah.
Now I hear you making it a little bit bigger would be that little. It would give it that little bit extra pop in it.
I mean, because I mean, there's a lot of little details in there that, like, the compass rose up in the left corner, up in the the top right corner and the little skull and crossbones. I don't know how well that will embroider or how big or small it would be, but it's a cool feature.
Oh,
Our next deck is Seamus's speaker Kong or beatbox
Oh, yeah.
Kong. No, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. What's up, Siak? I see you up in here, my boy. What's
What's
good?
up,
What's
Siak?
good?
I
Yeah.
want the box to be bigger. I want the box to
Yeah.
be bigger. Like that's the boxes. We saw, some cool boombox stuff, like the exploding one that was it Aurelian that did that one? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
That's right.
That was so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, boombox.
Box should just be bigger. Yeah.
Oh, it's my favorite. One of my favorite hats.
Oops.
I think that's. Is
I don't
that
know.
it?
I mean, with this one, I think like I would like to see him a little bit more refined on his details. Show off his fur a little bit more. His eyes. He looks like he's dead in the soul to me. Like that's just me personally. Like I
Okay.
think it would look better if there was a. I mean, you're not gonna be able to add too much detail into that. So adding the detail around the facial structures with the hair would help make up for that, and then it would sell his eyes even better.
I think the overall, like most of the time what Casey and them are gonna tell you is thicken the lines more, especially like the edges or the outline. Thicken them up a little bit more. In this particular case, if you're gonna use this color, you don't even need the gray outline around them really. Like just thicken. Like a gorilla is a powerful animal. So the heavier the lines, and it's just gonna kind of lend itself more to that animal. So that's what I would say.
Cool. Is that it?
You said you have one we might not discuss.
Well, yeah, I don't see
So far,
Cod.
we have the balloon animal next, and I don't see any other display. It might not have shown up because it was the same thing that happened with that.
I refreshed it like 3 different times, so I don't know. What?
It's just the
I
balloon
can go to
animal that was
Cod.
like directly after Seamus's speedbox boombox Kong, I believe that's what it's called. And then there's after that there's the one that Lane and Aurelian did, or Lane did again with the shoes.
I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's wavy. I think it definitely shows as a balloon.
Yeah, there we go, the balloon animal.
There's definitely no
Beatles,
mistaking
yeah.
it as a balloon animal. That's for sure. Like,
Yeah.
It's. I almost wish it had another element to it though. Like besides it just being a balloon animal, like what could you add to this to clink it up?
Yeah.
Turn the clink up a little bit on it. Like spiked collar, like for the dog, or I don't know, like something to make it, or like a muzzle or something, like is it a vicious balloon animal or something, like kind of to play off of that, maybe. I don't know.
Anything but a clown.
We don't need any more clowns.
Anything
We've
but a
seen
clown.
enough clowns, damn it. That's just my thoughts.
I mean, as much as I like the details in this, and like that's what makes this thing shine so much, is the attention to light, the attention to everything to show that it is a balloon animal, but it's just a balloon animal. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's something spectacular because it's good, but it's just a balloon animal. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Hey, but Eric, there's only 6 people in there. We might as well get the guess what they want. They want to see Trust No One. It's gonna be after you'll see the shoe one that Lane redid, that was done with redone with Lane. The Panther, it's a neon looking glass drink. You'll see a giraffe, and then Wynn's redone of the freaking lone wolf. And it's the snake biting into the hand.
They should have just said that.
Snake
I know
biting
which
into the
one
hand.
you're
You'll
talking
see
about.
a
Yeah.
rose. It looks like
That's
another
what it's
American
earlier.
traditional.
Yeah, I ran across this the other day. I saw this. I was like, oh, this looks really cool. Again, that's American traditional. Don't like it, but it's a well done concept. And I think other people like it. So it's got a very, very good chance of making it through. Now, this is a good example of what I was saying. Are the the sleeve cuffs, is that embroidered or no? Or are we just, is there no black embroidery at all in this? And then just the colors are embroidered on the black hat. That's what I wonder about.
No.
I don't know. I'd like it to. This is gonna be different to see an American traditional style drawing such tattoo on a clink room hat, because what's gonna get raised? That's a really, really good question. Is the button gonna be raised? Are the cuffs gonna be flat? Is the eyes and the scales gonna be puffed out and the eye flat?
I mean, if you think about it, the whole American traditional style does lend itself very well to embroidery. Like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just does. The lines are thick automatically. The colors are very straightforward. You don't have to worry about, anything over the top in terms of like too tiny of details. I gotta tell you, the reason why I don't like this whole American traditional thing is because it reminds me of Ed Hardy, and Ed Hardy was everywhere.
Oh, damn!
Ed
You had to
Hardy
ruin
wallets,
it.
Ed Hardy T-shirts, Ed Hardy freaking underwear. Everywhere you look was Ed Hardy. But so maybe that's why I'm biased against it. But this is well done. I think this will appeal to a lot of people. So.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, the Ed Hardy thing. You're 1,000,000% right. I agree.
I can't
It
stand
has
Ed
that
Hardy
whole thing.
shit.
But I
And
still think it looks
now that you
cool.
put
But
that into perspective, I'm like, crap. That's all I see with this now is Ed
well,
Hardy.
So I'm sorry to have like poisoned your thoughts against it, but no, but it's look, we all despise betrayal. We despise people that are snakes in the grass or whatever it is. So this speaks to that. So I think that's what makes it really cool. So
it's
now
definitely
whether or
still
not,
phenomenal.
yeah, so whether or not, you can go to any tattoo shop and see this image or something similar, well, maybe that's the appeal with this. You can wear it on a hat. You don't have to tattoo yourself with it. So.
No, seriously, that's exactly what this is. It's a tattoo on your hat.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. You want to ask?
The only thing I wonder if you can shorten that one finger out, the one that's closest to the inside of the mouth.
Yeah, it is long. I was looking at that. It's a little kind of weirdly wrapped around there.
Mm-hmm. Just a tad bit shorter, and then it'd be fine. That's the only real. That's
that
really the only thing I can say about it.
Large too. That's a large tongue, but.
But see, the grotesque works for that though. When you go for grotesque, that can work with the tongue, but not with the finger.
Sure.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want me to show, Flashy?
Okay, there's only two more, and then there's my bad, three more. That martini glass looking one, the giraffe, and the rework on the lone wolf.
I actually think this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
different.
It harkens back to like the 50s type, that whole type of like atmosphere. It makes me think of like, Dean Martin type shit and Sammy Davis Jr. and all that type of Rat Pack stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, so this is like this is based off the dude that did Old Fashions. This one's called Super Clubbers. It's a play off the neon light. It's cool, but I don't see myself wearing this hat.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I do like the grasshopper though, like when he's on his little tux and everything. That's a good selling point because with that drink too on top of it, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too nitpicky because the girl doesn't look as.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think probably the grasshopper is the strongest part of it.
Yeah.
It's not Jiminy Cricket. It's like kind of like he's a little bit more dapper, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it might be cool to just do something with a grasshopper and just remove the girl from there. Like, honestly, I think that's the most interesting part of the design.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. That actually would make me like this hat a little bit more because that's taking the strongest point with it, mixing it all together, and make it look like, I don't know, maybe like he's chilling in the drink, like it's his.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
make him tip in the drink. Like he's the big main thing. He's
Alright,
drinking.
then, we just got the giraffe then, and then the lone wolf.
That's a
Eric,
giraffe. Here we go.
The giraffe is one that
I think this
Sierra's
is
been
cool.
asking about for a bit.
I like it.
That's funny. And what's this one called? What was this supposed to be?
It's called G, like he's a giraffe.
Listen, I think it's funny. I think it's Clink. That's a Clink hat right there. Like that is something that you could see being on like a special night on one of those minor league teams or something like that. Like
Yeah.
I could see this happening. Whether or not
Yeah, because you're not
everyone
going to
would
see
get
this
behind
on
it.
any dad's shirt or vacation shirt. This is you ain't seen this anywhere else other than Clink.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be interested to see what the votes would say about this one.
Oh.
Well, I was hoping that they like it.
I know. I like it too. I think
the
it's
chain
cool.
on it. Like the colors that they chose, the neck.
Yeah.
Just needs
And
one more slash.
He
in
actually
that
looks
dollar sign.
angry, like the teeth usually bug me in animals that don't have teeth, but the way he did it in this one, it makes sense, and that's what I like about it the most, especially the shades too. The shades are another nice looking touch.
All right.
Do you think it needs the hat though?
I don't think it hurts it. I don't think
What would it look like without it though?
It's
dollar sign needs one more line. Other than that, I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's.
What was the last one?
All right, the last one, Eric. Just the last one, my boy, and then get out of here. It's the Win Studio, the Lone Wolf update.
There you go.
All right, so this one was another one that he had previously done. He fixed a lot of the issues that he had in the initial one. The first one, there was a huge gap that he had in. See right where the cloak goes under his jaw? You can't really see the separation in it. So he fixed that up a lot, allowing the jaw to be more defined, like Eric's point with the cursor.
Yeah.
The face, and he added a lot more detail with that scar and the detail on its face and everything, to the eyes even. I like how he brought that second eye out, even though it's at the awkward angle it's at. And the way he did the hood too, it conforms more to the actual animal, even though the ears are popping up. But I'm not really mad at that because the way that the colors pop off on it from the starlight, that you can see that is shining on him, and then the hand too. He changed that up too as well, and they gave it a basic cane, which I'm actually liking this one a lot more than his original design. A lot more.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the original at all. The one thing I would probably say is I kind of where the cloak is underneath the cane, I think that's kind of distracting. Like I think you could simplify that and just have it flow a little bit more into a simple shape. And I think it would behoove him a little. I don't think he needs the little white, or blue or whatever is going on. That's just complicating things a little bit more in that area, because that's all in shadow anyways. That should be all shadowed. So I think that would probably what I would say. I would say the area in between the fur, where it's like right in here between the gray and the white, get rid of the black line. You don't need the black line in between the fur, the two types of fur. It just have it transition from the gray to the white. Yeah.
I see what you're talking about right there on the nose, the line that's coming directly from the nose.
Yeah, because it's fur. It should just kind of blend in, and that's just kind of adding something that doesn't need to be added. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I would just make a couple little tweaks, see what it does in the votes.
Oh yeah. If you've seen the original one, you would know that you would see the big differences. Okay. Oh, with that being said, I actually believe that's it, man.
That is it.
Eric, I don't know if you can confirm.
He can't hear me
for me or not. That's it, because I'm pretty sure that is.
He
that's it.
confirms that. Yeah.
just really want to
Appreciate
thank
that,
you
man. If
for
anything,
sticking
man,
through because
thank you
that's
for
a
coming on for the
long.
second part of the show. I
Yeah.
mean, really, really appreciate it.
We
We
really
don't have
do.
many that are actually able to because we understand people are busy, but
Yeah.
the Monday Evening
Oh,
Chris
yeah,
people,
listen.
we love y'all.
Yeah, we do
I'm
love you.
glad
Thank you so much
glad-
again, 40. I have to say, man, I really hope at some point to see that the other Tough Love. I bought the other Tough Love, but I love that
Maybe,
original.
yeah, maybe
I
we'll give it a try next year for for Valentine's Day or something like that around that time.
It's my jam.
Listen, things die hard with me, man. I keep going with if I like what my theme was, I keep at it. So you never know, it might be back. I appreciate you guys having me on. It was fun. Good to rap with all you dudes and talk about designs because that's what we all love. We all love the Clink type thing. We're all clinkers. We've been doing it. Someone doing it for less time than others, but it's all family around here.
Yeah, it's a fun time, and we definitely enjoyed having you on here.
Great.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll
right.
see you next Monday.
All right, then, brother. Take care.
Peace.
All right, so Eric, I have no idea what you're saying right now, bro, but I know we're still live on a couple more, so I'll stay talking for a little bit longer for the people that watch the YouTube and the Facebook.
We're
Thanks
gone.
for being here with
We're gone.
us. Really appreciate you.
We're gone.
Hey,
We're done.
we're not always right on everything that we say, but on the second half, we hope that we can make an impact, But if